Hello YouTube, how you guys doing today? So in this video we're going to be going over the Railjack builds because I noticed a lot of you were looking for builds for your Railjack. So I'm going to show you guys how I have mine set up. I actually really enjoy Railjack. I've been doing it I grinded it out when it first got introduced to the game a year ago, and I absolutely love Railjack. So here I am. The Call of Tempestari quest has just released this week. This is our new frame Sevagoth, which my personal opinion on him is I'm not going to keep playing him. He's really cool. I like him a lot. I like his little like twist here. His little like bullet jump looks a little bit better. It's cool looking, but I like it. I like the way his abilities look, but the way he plays, I don't care. It's not my type of frame. He's a good frame, but he's not my frame. So I'm not going to bother putting the 27,000 forma or whatever people are having to chuck into him. It's a little exaggerated, but just a little bit. There's so much forma you have to put into him. So we're just going to go over the Railjack builds and how I got all this stuff set up. So for the first category of components, Levon shield array is what I'm using, Vidar engines, MK plating right here, the Vidar and the Vidar reactor. This might be subject to change in the future, but as it stands, it works. It's pretty good. It does a good job. Zetki Carcinox I prefer these. I know some people will say, well, that's not meta, or I don't care. I want to enjoy the game when I'm playing it, and I don't want to use a weapon or a gun that's not necessarily going to fire the way I'm comfortable with. So these are the ones that I'm using because I think they're the smoothest. I find these more enjoyable than everything else that I could have on here. So this is currently what my armaments looks like. As far as the upgrades go, this is the build that I have. I've already done the entirety of the star chart for Railjack since like with this build. I know this build works really well. And I never had a problem. I can't say there's a single mission that I failed due to something about the builds. If there's any reason that I may have failed the mission, it might be to like maybe I was carrying too many new people in a mission or something like that here on Twitch. But I don't really fail missions even with this build, and the ship works well. I think it's a good build. I think ultimately it's a good build. May there be it's possible that there's things that I can add to this that are better. Yeah, there's about 4 more mods for Railjack that just haven't dropped for me yet that I haven't gotten, and at least one of them might be good, but I don't know, maybe they're not. Who knows? All I know is this build as it stands, it's basic, it's simple. These mods aren't super like hard to get, or at least they haven't been for me, and the build works. Like, it does what I need it to do. I wish this told me how many forma I put into my Railjack, because I don't know by looking at this screen, but I don't think it's more than, and look, I'm not even fully upgraded again from the amount of time because it says Plexus 18. I think the amount of forma that I put into this was like 3 times maybe. I don't know, you guys will be able to tell by how many green little lights I have here and then how many come standard on one of these builds. So you'll probably be able to figure it out, but it's not too many forma, which is kind of good. The second part here for the battle, these are what I'm using right here. I don't normally pilot, so a lot of these things that I put here is really the person that typically pilots my ship or whatever. I just tell him to tell me what he wants on the ship, and that's what I throw on. So currently this is what we're using. Things are changing all the time in the game, so this is probably going to change up, but it's only 3 things. You just read them, see what they do, and you kind of test them out, see what you like, what you don't like. There's not really a lot, you know, for you to choose from as far as like the whole battle section goes. And then for tactical over here, we have, you know, the Breach, the Death Blossom, Flow Burn. Just other things, the other additions that I like having on my ship. But like I said, between all these sections up here and how I fully have my ship built, it works. It works as is. And this is even in Veil missions. It's in the Void Storms. The ship holds up really well. It does a really good job. So I have no complaints about this build at all. I don't really feel like it needs much adjustment unless maybe I was trying to be a little bit more meta. Maybe it's not. I don't even know if it's not meta. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is, coincidentally. Intrinsics. I just maxed everything out. A lot of you guys are confused about intrinsics and, well, Neo, like, what do I do? What do I level up first? So you need to determine what kind of playstyle you want to have, and then left click on all of these and just read what they do. It tells you what the what happens with everything. So one of the first things that I recommend you guys do is don't worry about maxing one of these out at a time. A lot of the good abilities that make you useful when you are
Joey Flame gifted a tier 1 sub to Plasma Shocks.
Joey, thank you for that. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. a lot of these things that you guys could be putting on here, you don't want to max out one category. Like here for tactical, the recall warp. This is the Omni gear can be used to warp aboard the ship from anywhere. So if you're off of your ship, if you're inside, like let's say trying to mess up the Corpus or mess up one of the Grineer ships, and then it starts blowing up like it's a cruise ship, you could use your Omni tool, pull it out, and it'll warp you back to your ship. And then you don't have to fly through space and get shot up and all that sort of stuff. Thank you everybody for subbing. While I'm recording this video, you guys are kind of, hey, since you guys are doing that, let's remind everybody that's watching this on YouTube, if you guys have Amazon Prime, you could link your Twitch to Amazon, and that'll allow you to have Twitch Prime. And with the Twitch Prime, you get a free sub you could use anywhere you want every month. And it's super helpful. If you guys want to use it here, I really support it. And I take it as a great big thank you that you're appreciating all the videos that I'm putting out, all the walkthroughs on how to make platinum and all that sort of stuff. Just thank you. It's I really appreciate it for those of you guys that are able to do it. Everybody else, I appreciate you anyway for watching the content, but moving on. So recall Omni Warp. This is one of the first things that you're going to want to have done. As far as piloting goes, nothing super duper here with piloting, especially for me, it doesn't matter because I don't really pilot the ship. I let other people do that. I like being more on grounds, like ground floor, and like going to the cruise ships and flying out in the Archwing. Like I like doing a lot of the off Railjack sort of stuff. So there might not be anything that's super important for the piloting right off the bat, but rank 4 Omni is definitely important. And then for gunnery, there's definitely an important one here. I think it's the second one. Augment projectile and turret suspenders allow for 3. Yeah, this, when you have 360 degrees in your gunner, that's a big deal. It's a super help. So that one, and then Archwing Fury. Increase Archwing, that's not it. All right, so just number 2. Rank 2 and rank 4 for tactical are the two biggest ones that I recommend you get out of the way first. It's the ability to warp back to your ship from anywhere, and the ability to have 360 degrees while you're on a gunner on your Railjack. And then for engineering, let's see, rapid, ordnance, dome charge. Like, yeah, all this stuff is cool. It's not that big of a deal. But for those of you that are like, and command, this is brand new. I managed to do this, like all this stuff without any of the commands. So this is really whatever. This is more for solo players. You guys will read, if you're a solo player, then you're already going to read this by yourself and see what it does. So if you feel it makes sense, then go for it. You know, totally do it. But for those of you guys that are maybe like, hey, I don't have a Railjack, how do I start leveling up in Railjack? When you start leveling up in Railjack, make sure that rank 2 gunner and rank 4 tactical are the first 2 that you get. And the best advice I have, if this sounds like you, when you're like brand new to Railjack and you're just newly ranking up and stuff, just be active. Like, do stuff. Don't just join a mission and then let everybody carry you, because they may need your help. They may need you to do something to get you guys to actually complete the mission so you can walk away with your intrinsics or any mods or whatever you collect and resources. So just be doing stuff. There's not many things you can be doing when you're on Railjack. One is the gunner, one is piloting, one is repairing the ship, and one is getting off the ship and going and attacking, you know, like the cruise ships or whatever. Just any of those 4 things that you could be doing to help while you're there, either repairing the ship, gunning the ship, piloting the ship, or gunning off the ship to mess up the cruise ships. Do any of those things and you're totally good to go. So even if you're like brand new to Railjack, that's a good place for you to start off, and really what you should be doing moving forward from there. As far as this goes, this is what I have for like if I were to solo my cruise ship. These are just kind of like some leftover liches I had that I couldn't sell. And then I went and bought one of these, and you could dress them up, which I thought was pretty cool. So I gave her a loadout. I can do like equipped upgrade and change her appearance and stuff like that. Which is why she's wearing the armor, and I colored her and all that stuff. So I like this. I like this a lot. I think it's a really cool addition to the game, and I'm glad that they did it. The Kuva liches don't have any way where I can change their weapon or edit their appearance. So I kind of like this better just because of that, even though they're probably stronger. Then again, I can also equip, like I could tell her what weapon I want her to have. So I gave her my Dara Vandal with 8 Forma in it because I really like that one. Next thing over here, as far as customization goes, if you guys are, I guess like if you haven't played the update, the Tempestari update, it's really good. It is really enjoyable, and I think you guys will like it a lot. The music has become the brand new We All Live Together theme song of the game, and everyone is already losing their, like, if Dr. Dre is about to drop some beats on it already. Like the thing, it's sick. It's blowing up like nuts. The whole quest is really short, but it's enjoyable. I think it's a really good, enjoyable quest, even though it's man short. But part of it being short just means you get Sevagoth's blueprint a lot faster. And I'm not sure if there's a way to get this just by beating the game, or if this comes from one of the bundles, but I had gotten the Sevagoth bundle. So this is the Tempestari Railjack skin right here. And if you look at my Railjack, you'll see what it looks like. It's got like, it looks like it has an ephemera to it. And this is, since this is one of the last thing anyway, let me back out of here. Check out my Sevagoth here. Oh, it didn't save. All right, hold on. We got to make it save. So go back here. We'll go to the Tempestari and then result. Why don't just save? Just save it. Okay, there we go. So it literally looks like the Railjack has an ephemera on it, which is sick. I think this looks so good. And I like being out in like the Railjack missions or flying around in space and then seeing my ship with an ephemera on it. I think it looks mad cool. So also, I did notice that when I put this on, I don't know if you guys can tell, everything is blurry now. Like if I look at it, the lighting, even my Warframe has gotten blurry. So it's like kind of hard to see, but the ship itself looks mad cool. So I'm gonna leave that skin on, blurriness or not. But all that being said, this is my Sevagoth. Hope you guys like it. If you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, and turn notifications on. If you guys want information about anything in Warframe that I might not have covered in this video, or you just want to hang out with people that, you know, are Warframe interested or whatever, I'm live every single day on Twitch, where you can actually earn free weapons, Warframes, and mods from my channel, literally just by being here and hanging out and watching the streams. You guys get to earn free stuff. They're not giveaways, they're rewards. Every one of you that come by can actually earn stuff over time, and it's fair. It's really nice. It's a nice system. Most people like it. But all that being said, thank you everybody so much for hanging out. Hopefully you're having an awesome night, day, whatever time it is. Absolutely love your faces, and I will see you guys in the next one.